Okay guys, so we're finally getting around to the review of the KingArms M1A1 Carbine. This is the paratrooper model you see in Saving Private Ryan, Band of Brothers, Brothers in Arms, the video game. So with folding stock made for the paratroopers, and Paramarines also use this as well. And a few other special forces have used the M1A1 Carbine. So basically it's the same thing as the M1, just with a folding stock. And there's a little indentation right here on the lower portion of the stock for the stock to rest on. I'll go over that later throughout the video. It is CO2 powered gas blowback rifle. It takes a 15 round magazine. You can buy these off eBike for $48. Quite expensive, but you're going to need a couple to last you through the day. I just used it about 2 weeks ago at Tactical Airgun Games, one of our local fields. I was sporting my 82nd Airborne 505th Parachute Infantry Regiment kit. I haven't got any insignia on it, but I'll put some pictures at the end of this video when I get around to editing it. So starting at the back, we've got a folding stock. It is made of metal. The butt plate is made of metal and it swivels too. Got a leather cheek pad. Fortunately, it's made for right-handed shooters only. And the stock does fold. The lower portion of the stock is made of birch wood. The handguard is made of birch wood. The trigger guard and trigger are metal. Magazine's obviously metal. I've kind of discussed about the magazine in the M1 Carbine review, so if you want to learn more about the magazine, just go to the review. I'll probably put a link at the bottom. How to load it, things like that. Put the CO2 cartridge in, load it, load the BBs and stuff like that. Again, the upper handguard right here is made of birch wood. The outer barrel and front sight are made of metal, as well as the front sight post. Similar to an M4 in that regard. The rear sight is metal. Your bolt, your safety, which is right here. I'll get some close-ups of the gun later on through the video. That right there, your safety, that's metal. And when you have it locked, it doesn't let you pull the bolt back. Let me demonstrate. Cannot pull the bolt back. Trying with all my might. Now I can pull the bolt back. Okay. Got the barrel clamp here and sling mount, which are made of metal. And you also got one down here by the pistol grip. Now what's different about the M1A1 model is, I don't know if the camera's getting this, but there's an indentation right here in the lower portion of the stock. That's so the butt stock can rest up against it without denting the wood. And that is one thing I didn't notice right off the bat. Also about this wood, just be very gentle with it. I mean, I know it can take some abuse, but you probably don't want to whack this against a tree or fall on it, because as you can see here, it's already starting to scratch very easily. Another thing, oil the gun, not every game, but every other time you use it, because it does use CO2, and CO2, unlike green gas, does not lube your internals. And you know, of course, typical maintenance, you want to lube all, because everything is metal, you probably want to lube it. I would say, although it's all metal and wood, to be on the safe side, because there may be some plastic or nylon internals. Like for example, this loading nozzle. Just use silicone oil. I've oiled this thing, what, about a month ago? It's probably due for another oiling. The sling here I got from World War Supply. Very easy to mount on the M1A1 model. The M1A1, you got to take the whole gun apart to put the buttstock mag pouch on. You can also do it with this model too, but the whole gun has to come apart. Basically, you take up this barrel clamp. This handguard pops off, the whole rifle splits in two. Make sure you have your mag out. And for the full stock model, it uses an oiler to hold the sling in place. It goes right here. Whereas the M1A1, you just have one, two right here. The inner barrel, funny enough, actually ends about here. I think it's the same length as the, is it a G36 or a 6552? It might be a little bit shorter than that. I'm not sure what that is. And like I described in the M1 carbine video, the KingArms M1 carbines have features, or should I say parts, either late war or Korean War era parts on it, meaning that the earlier 1941-42 model M1 carbines had a peep sight, had 2 ports right here, 2 gas ports, only 2, there weren't 4. It did not have a bayonet lug, and it had a flat bolt as opposed to this one, which has a curved bolt. And the peep sight, this one is adjustable. So this you would see later in the war, late 44 to 45, but the earlier models did not have any of these features. But of course, you know, there's like anything in reenacting, there's some farb involved, and honestly, who's gonna notice? Who's really gonna notice? As long as, for me, as long as it mostly looks the part, that's good enough for me. I'm not a purist by any means. If you want a gun that looks exactly like the earlier war models, there is a Denex dummy gun. I think they sell it for like $230 at shipping. That one, that you can get all the early war features, but then again, it's, you know, dummy guns, just made for impressions. Whereas this is, you know, airsoft. So the gun retails about $350 plus shipping, depending on where you live. I was lucky. I found mine on eBay for $280. It took about 3 weeks for it to ship here to Hawaii. Came all the way from Chicago. I got the gun as is, no accessories or anything like that, no sling, just a gun and a magazine. I have the box, but it is upstairs. And it's done good. I actually have 2 of these. I bought one off Evike about 2 months ago, along with a BAR, a matrix full with BAR. Had some tax returns come in. I said, maybe I should buy some guns, and I did. So that's enough about me blabbering about the gun. Let's take a closer look at it. So we can start to see right here, it's starting to nick and scratch. Just be very careful with the wood. I mean, I know it can take some abuse, but to be on the safe side, because it's a very expensive gun. Set the focus. Come on. Anyway, you see. Come on, focus, you bastard. There we go. Behind the pistol grip. Right here by the gas port. It's just, you know, just wear and tear. We can see that indentation I was talking about right here. It's not a flat piece. There is an indentation right here. A stock pressed up on. FPS wise, this thing shoots pretty hot. Shoots a little over 400 with .2s, but I use .28s. Again, you know, that's what we're talking about, this nicking. So that's all I have to say about that rifle. This rifle. I've got some gameplay footage of it. I've got to figure out how to upload it from my computer to YouTube, but I'll try to get that up as well from the last game I played. This has been Kilimanjaro 808. Thank you for watching. Stick around for more videos coming up this summer.